Hey, good day, everybody. Today is July 17th, 2025. It is a Thursday. I woke up super late today, and I had it in my head that I recorded a morning video log, but I didn't. So if I look like crap, I'm sorry. I'm like literally in the middle of doing stuff. So yeah. Anyways, goals for the day are brush teeth. I didn't write morning video log and check it off, so I went to go check my goals because I've just been doing stuff. And I was just like, didn't even write it down. Did I do it? So yeah, checking that off. Other goals are to call Yelena and Josue about the movie post-work after they get off work. I've already done that. Ava called Yelena and coordinated it. And then I needed to fix my video log descriptions. So I talked about it last night on the video log. But I hadn't written my days until Presidency in any of my video logs that I uploaded, last 12, I think. So I fixed those. And then I've been writing more video log descriptions, so I did do that. And then one of the goals was trellis tomatoes. So if you don't know what a trellis is, it's like a thing. Basically, they have tomato cages, but it's like the tomatoes will go through the cages and hold up the branches essentially. So I have bamboo and string to hold up the branches. So I did that this morning. Already did that, and then we went to the post office to mail out Juan's letter. No, Juan's ring. I mean, it was his birthday ring. Juan, if you're watching this, don't look at the date on the delivery. Ava told you it was already out for delivery. But yeah, it was really fun. I saw a guy I knew at the post office from Canton and stopped and chatted with him for a little while about Canton because we're opening back up tomorrow. So I'll have to be at work tomorrow at 10. So I have a long day tomorrow. It could be 10 to 10, which is a blast. But yeah. So I had a good conversation with him. We were chatting about Canton, about other food places in town. And then he went to go pay for his package he was sending out, and the price had gone up $1. So he had $10.10, and I think it used to be $10.06 or something. And then it was 11 something. So I just paid it and took the $10, and he was grateful about it. But the interesting part of the interaction was when I saw him, he had shaved his beard off essentially. He had not a huge beard, but he was pretty relatively clean shaven. And so I was like, oh my god, you cut off all your hair. You're looking good, dude. And he was like, oh, thanks. And I was like, yeah, man, Canton's closed, but we're going back tomorrow. And then he recognized who I was. He was like, oh, yeah. And I went to fist bump him, just good to see him. He's kind of I'd say he was my dad's age, probably 55 to 57. Could be younger, hopefully not, but that'd be crazy. I fist bumped him, and he looked at the fist bump, looked at me, looked back at the fist bump, and then did it. Right? But he gave me a weird look for it. And then we kept interacting, and I paid for his package and all that. And then Ava was ready, and so we went to go mail ours. And on his way out, he was like, yeah, man, good to see you. I'll see you back at Canton. And he offered me the fist bump. And it was this really cool interaction, a really good human interaction where it was I don't know the last time he's been fist bumped, but I would prefer that over shaking his hand or dapping him up, he's just a guy who I know from work, and I was just like, dude, good to see you. And he was weird about fist bumping me, and then later offered it to me, and I was like, that was the coolest thing, dude. That was really, really cool. And then, yeah, so we came home, ate pretty briefly, and then I went out and did probably an hour and 15 minutes of yard work. It was really nice. I trellised the tomatoes, and then I have a watermelon plant growing, and I have a canal right next to it, and I put it over the canal onto its own bed of dirt essentially because it's been growing into other plants and not getting enough sun. So I'm hoping that it has more fun over there than where it was originally growing to, and I don't think it'll screw over the plant too much. I literally just turned it a little bit. So yeah, that was pretty nice. And then I came in and I started working on my video log descriptions. I was just decompressing, playing video games while working on the descriptions or whatever. And Ava and I are going to get a shower here pretty soon. I'm really need it. I was doing yard work, so I'm all nasty. And then Josue and Yelena are going to come over. Josue movie at 7, so that's a new goal. And the only other goal is I still need to vacuum the office. That'll take me 5 minutes, but I just want to get it done today. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to play some CSGO and finish these video log descriptions. I'm doing the descriptions for our trip when we were out of town. So that's a pretty fun, pretty fun one. And yeah, I'll let you guys know how it goes tonight. I'll see you then. Peace.
One eternity later.
Hey, good day everyone. This will be a video log for July 17th, 2025. It was a Thursday. All the goals for the day were to brush teeth, make a morning video log, call Yelena or Josue about a movie about after work, fix video log descriptions, trellis my tomatoes, vacuum the office. Josue is coming over from the movie at 7, and then shower. All of them were done. It was a pretty great day. And then, so yeah, woke up super late. I slept and it was so nice. And then I fixed the video log descriptions on YouTube. I went to the post office in Hamburger Connection. I did some yard work. Then I made the video log, and then worked on descriptions a little more and played some CS:GO before going to shower. And then when we were done with that, it was already pretty late, so I vacuumed the office, and then we cleaned up in the living room a little bit because obviously our friends are coming over to watch the movie. So yeah, they came over, and then we decided on getting some food, so we went and got Papa John's pizza. It was super good. And then went to the gas station for drinks. They bought those. And then came back. We ended up watching like half of the Medea movie, and then we ended up just hanging out after that. It was really nice. And they stayed till about 11, and then we were just goofing off the whole time. It was really nice. And then yeah, they left, and then I watered my plants and went to bed. I was so tired. I was just like, and I knew I needed to get up early today, the 18th. So figured I'd just do it now. You know, get it out of get enough sleep that I'll be functional today. So yeah, I did want to share a daily thought about. It literally says about congressional inaction due to blatant corruption and bribery, and I can't word it any better than that. It is so insane to me that the checks and balances that are in place are just consistently being eroded by words. It's literally just, hey, we're gonna do this, and people are like, hey, that's probably not great, and it's like, no, we're gonna do this, and people like, it's like the majority of Americans. It feels like I say it feels like because I'll look at a post online and it's pro-Republican, pro-MAGA, pro-Trump, whatever, and it's 800 likes, 65 comments, a decent amount of support. And then I go over to the anti-Trump, anti-MAGA, and it's 8,000 likes, 700 comments. And it's like there's clearly like 10 times more support for the stuff they're doing. There's 10 times more dislike for the stuff they're doing. Like, there's 10 times less support for the stuff they're doing. Like, I just don't understand how you can, like, hear the cries of the people and go, we're gonna do it my way anyways. Like, that is so insane to me. And Congress is supposed to be, like, our representation in the government. And the Republican congressional members are absolutely useless. Like, they literally don't do what they're supposed to be doing. And I say that as a Idaho. Let me see. Who is my congressman? Let me find my representative. Enter my zip code. Great, thanks. Russ Folker. Freedom Caucus? What does that even mean? Telephone town hall. Fields questions about Big Beautiful Bill. What? I think it's really important to point out that we were able to bend the spending trajectory down. That was really important, Folker said during the town hall. The overall spending is not down, but the rate of growth is. We've got to somehow get more local stakeholder control, not necessarily transferring ownership. I'm not advocating for that. Public lands needs to stay public, but it needs to be controlled locally. That does nothing. That means nothing. And it's like, if you're still voting with the Republican Party, you're so useless. Like, it's not good for an average person. It's not benefiting people in any meaningful way. And I hate to say that the way it benefits people short term is by benefiting corporations. So we're able to enjoy lower prices. Like, Costco's able to slash prices. Albertson's able to slash prices. That is so short-sighted. That is so short term. It doesn't matter. I would rather pay a short-term high price and know that if I lose my job, there are things I can apply for to still live. I would prefer that. That would be so much cooler.
I would rather have that struggle. And I know I would feel it more, but it'd be less stress overall. Like I know I would feel it and be like, this affects my day-to-day life more, but I know that if my day-to-day life is interrupted, I have something to fall back on. I don't right now, and that's crazy. Like, that is insane to me. That 100% of Americans don't have proper social safety nets to fall back on in the richest country in the world. That's insane. That is insane. We are in so much debt for no general benefit. Like, what have we benefited from being 32 trillion in debt? It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter, dude. And so, yeah, I just wanted to talk about how it's like, it's so partisan in Congress right now for no reason. For what? And it's like, at some point, it's so blatant that it's corrupt and like gerrymandered and bribery riddled that we're not being represented. Our representatives can't even be called representatives. They're not representing us. And so it's so ridiculous that this is just occurring right in front of our face, on camera for the whole world to see. And like, it's literally just like, hey, we want to do something. This is like literally what everyone is asking for. All in favor, and it's like 4 ayes. All opposed, and it's like 108 nays. And you're just like, why? Why would you vote nay? Why would you vote no? Oh, well, it's going to give the other... Well, if you read the fine print, it's going to give the other party more power to speak. Dude, then introduce your own bill doing the same thing without that. Oh, no, we couldn't do that. What do you mean you couldn't do that? What do you mean? What do you actually mean you couldn't do that? That is your job. What are you talking about? And so it's like Congress decides the spending, but they get a spending bill given to them and then don't do anything with it. And then, like, it's like, what is even happening? And then the Senate is so divided too. What is the goal of all of this? What is the actual point of any of this? Like, it's so blatantly corrupt and, like, bribery riddled that it doesn't actually matter what the people want in their country. We're so far beyond democracy. And people will sit there and tell me, like, yeah, we're a constitutional republic. And we're also a representational democracy through our Constitution. But we're not being represented anymore. So the Constitution's meaning has been eroded. What is a constitutional republic without a strong central constitution, without a strong central government to make everyone play by the rules? What are we? We're crumbling. That's what we are. And I feel like so many people miss that point. And it all starts with the people's branch of government being hindered into inaction by partisan bullshit, gerrymandering, corruption, and bribery. When you have people voting on the big beautiful bill, and it's literally, there's 3 Republicans holding out, all Donald Trump has to do is call them. What is said on those calls? Because I promise you, it's not, hey man, it'd be so cool of you to vote for that bill. It'd be so cool. I would bet money. I would bet so much. And I'm not a gambling man. I would bet so much. It's either, what can I do for you to make you vote for this bill, or what can you imagine I'll do to you if you don't vote for this bill? And it's like, when you have people on Twitter or Truth Social or whatever platform going, hey, if you don't vote for this bill, you're cooked in the primaries. You're done. And I don't think it's right that Elon Musk is going, if you're voting for the big beautiful bill, I'm going to make sure you get bodied in the primary. Elon, just stay out of it, dude. Just stay out of it. You're a billionaire. Focus on your own shit, dude. I don't care. But it's like, it is so insane to me that we are so blatant about it. It's not hidden anymore. We have eroded the social boundaries of what is and isn't okay, and it all begins with the older generation who was super strict on what their kids could and couldn't do to each other. They now have a person, a pariah, a messiah of sorts, who's doing things that would not be okay in person, but since they're doing it online, they're owning the libs, and it's so good to not have a politician in power. It's not good. It's not. Why? Like, what are we thinking? And it's like, it's not even just that it's not good, it's not right. You shouldn't behave like that, period. He's doing it on the most powerful pedestal. At everyone's Palantir eye of Sauron is on Donald Trump all the time nowadays. It's like regular people who don't care about politics are getting in on Donald Trump memes, are getting in on Epstein memes, are getting in on the jokes. That's not normal. That's not normal. No one paid this much attention to the Biden administration. No one paid this much attention to the Obama administration. No one paid this much attention to the Bush administration. When you look at how many news articles are about each president, Joe Biden had a lot during a pandemic. When you look at how many articles were made about Trump during 2016, it was more than Biden's through the pandemic, when inflation was at an all-time high, when American economy was actually going through a crisis. We had less stories about Joe Biden than Donald Trump during that time. We had less stories about Obama in each of his terms than we did for Trump's first term. And it's like, now it's combined. There were more separately for Obama's set 2 terms. But they had less viewership. We weren't focused on what the president was doing this much. We just weren't that focused on it. And it's like his big controversy, people joke about like him wearing a tan suit at one point. It's like his controversies were like tan suit. His wife is masculine. He speaks like an I'm gonna say this since it'd be bad out of context. Like, people would complain that he speaks like a black person. Dude, that's fine. He speaks like a person. He speaks like a person. And I can't even say that about Donald Trump, dude. It's blatant decline. And it's like, oh my god, what are we doing? And so I'm like, I obviously live in this country, and I grew up here, and I'm literally watching it decline after hearing about how we're the most powerful nation and we have all this big influence. It doesn't mean anything if we don't have accountability for those in leadership. And it's so ridiculous. So, just wanted to share that. Woo! Can't wait to start my day. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow morning. Peace.